Viewer caution is advised before we begin. The following content is intended solely for informational and viewing purposes. This is a direct account based on federal courtroom statements from the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, relayed by Inner City Press. Tension filled the courtroom as the judge introduced the next individual. All attention shifted rearward as a familiar figure came forward, none other than Usher Raymond, the Grammy-winning voice of R&B. But today wasn't about his hits or career disputes. It was about what occurred beyond the velvet curtain of Diddy's inner circle. For years, Usher held his silence, doing interviews with a smile, sidestepping talk. Now, with Diddy under federal scrutiny for conspiracy, trafficking and coercion, the truth Usher once buried is coming to light. A truth, he claims, that haunted his youth. He recounted memories from just age 14 when he was entrusted to Diddy's care, and how he slowly uncovered the industry's hidden realities. His words shocked the courtroom. Usher began by sharing how his mother told him he'd be relocating to New York to stay with Diddy. At that time he was a teen, just 14, excited about his first album and hopeful for fast progress in the business. L.A. Reid arranged the mentorship, hoping Diddy could help Usher reach new heights, but no one foresaw the strange world ahead. "I thought I was about to learn stardom," Usher told jurors, voice even but tense. "What I witnessed was not for young eyes." He said the moment he entered Diddy's NYC penthouse, he felt overwhelmed by excess. Champagne in the mornings, unknown guests in unfamiliar rooms, stars. In a daze. "This wasn't a home, it was something else. They dubbed it Flavor Camp," Usher said. "Back then I assumed it was just branding. Later I understood it was something more." The court paid close attention as Usher explained the mentorship soon took a turn. Rather than being taught about music or performing, he was shown how to party and told not to question anything he saw. "This is how grown men move," Diddy told him. "Don't ask, observe, just absorb it." Usher recalled waking once at 3 a.m. to see masked people entering quietly. Music low, candles flickering, and a hallway full of strangers. He stepped into the living room and witnessed what seemed ritualistic. "It wasn't just adult content," he said. "There was a system to it, with cameras, lists, and no one seemed caught off guard. I thought maybe I was on a movie set." They told him to return to bed. He didn't sleep. That night changed everything. Usher next spoke about the lack of alerts, no label warnings, nothing from his mom or from industry insiders who knew Diddy well. "They called him quirky," Usher stated, "but he had control and quiet, absolute. If he disliked someone, careers halted. If he favored you, silence was expected." Usher said others were also recruited, promised success but drawn into Diddy's influence in ways they couldn't grasp. He didn't give names, but said more would likely speak out in time. Everyone around them, from staff to musicians, pretended nothing was odd, but deep down they knew. Usher recalled a disturbing Caribbean trip at age 15, supposedly a retreat with Diddy and a few others. Remote, no media, no spotlight. But he quickly saw the real purpose wasn't musical training at all. He paused. "I won't describe everything, but I had no say in that environment. Years passed before I recognized the hold. After that trip, things grew restrictive. More strangers, more gatherings, more odd rules. And if Usher questioned anything, he was reminded who built his career. He said, 'Don't bite the hand that feeds. Always remember who made you.'" Usher's voice trembled. "You didn't make my life," he said to Diddy. "You gave me nightmares." Then came a contract. When Usher was 16, it included confidentiality clauses under the guise of a standard NDA from the label. But the fine print had strict phrasing. "It spoke of private matters and silence," Usher explained. "Back then, I trusted it. That signature silenced me for years." He was warned not to discuss parties or guests. "It had hurt the brand," they said. "But what about what it did to me?" Years later, in 2009, Usher tried to share his truth in a high-profile interview, until Bad Boy's legal team reminded him of the NDA. "Are you risking your image?" they asked. Usher backed out. But lawyers weren't the only ones. He claimed others sent indirect threats. "You're never free." He told the court he received warnings, not about his career, but his personal safety. Then, he showed the actual NDA. The judge allowed it as evidence. It used phrases that, in light of the rumors about Diddy's secret video library, sounded dark. Usher choked up. That paper made me feel delusional, like I imagined everything. He shared a lesser-known story from 1996, age 17, taken to a mansion in Atlanta. It shaped how he viewed Diddy forever. The mansion was buzzing with stars, models, and odd men who had no music ties. Usher didn't know what was coming. Lavish floors, tight security, DJs spinning all night. But what caught his eye was a locked room. Diddy grinned and said, "You're not ready." Usher peeked anyway. He saw masked people. "I didn't understand what I saw," he said, "but I knew it wasn't right." Then he held up copied pages from his personal journal. He started writing it in 1998, first for song ideas, but it turned into memories. In a March 1999 entry, he noted dinner with Diddy and 3 execs. They discussed loyalty. Loyalty keeps you on tour. Honesty ends it. In October 2000, he refused an invite. "Too many secrets, too many masks," he wrote. Asked if he told anyone, he shook his head. "I feared losing everything. No one would have believed me." Asked why now, he said, "Because I've held it in long enough." He shared a memory. From 1997, age 18, invited by Diddy to meet a top investor in Miami. He said it'd boost my career. Diddy told him to look sharp and impress. When he arrived, the scene shocked him. Men in robes, champagne flowing, and young girls in the background. One asked him if he wanted to be remembered forever, but he wasn't speaking about Usher's talent. Diddy left him alone with those men. "I felt stuck," Usher said. "One touched my shoulder and told me this was my only shot." He left. But after that, tours vanished. Projects were dropped. He never knew why. Then, weeks later, Diddy showed him a clip on a handheld camera, another young artist. Usher knew the act wasn't consensual. "Did he threaten you?" the attorney asked. Usher paused. "He didn't need to. Others used silence. That was the warning." Usher said he realized it wasn't about art. Fame, in Diddy's world, came from obedience. Then Usher turned the lens elsewhere. He talked about Justin Bieber's early years. Usher helped launch him and mentored him. It started well, until Diddy stepped in. Flavor Camp, Diddy called it again. Bieber was just 15, treated like an adult. In 2011, Bieber called Usher, saying only, "I want to come home." Then silence. When they met later, Bieber said he was fine, but Usher saw the pain. He asked Diddy, "What are you doing to these boys?" Diddy laughed. "Same thing they did to me." Usher walked away. "But seeing Justin's journey, I couldn't be quiet anymore." In 2018, he received a call from a hidden number. "Tell him to stay quiet, or else." Who made the call? "You know," Usher said. The final rift came during a 2002 party, an isolated estate in Hollywood Hills. It wasn't a party, he said. It was more. Young artists believed they were meeting a European producer, but it was a ruse. No execs, no business, only guards, masks.